Hi, welcome to another Wallaroo video. This is part 2 of computer vision for health diagnostics imaging detection, and in this video what we're going to do is we'll go through an example of detecting health diagnostics, in this case mitochondria cells, from images that were produced, and then using a trained model we'll get to see the detection of those cells. And so this can be used in a number of different ways in a health example for cancer cells, other ailments, blood clots, etc. And so it allows health professionals an opportunity to quickly, in some cases, diagnose certain situations for patients using this technology. And so in this one we'll be following very similar path to part 1, but in this one we'll be showing more of the inferencing, and we'll be running this model 10 times through this, just to show the speed of the inferencing that we have. And so if you haven't seen part 1, I encourage you to go watch that one. But in this one, just to recap, we are taking a high resolution image at 1536 by 2048, and we're going to break that down into 256 by 256 patches that can be quickly analyzed. And then so inside here we'll make sure that we provision our workspace, and then we'll go through loading the model and running through that inferencing process. Just quickly here, what you can do is we have this tutorial here on our tutorials site with a number of other documents that we have available as well, and so you can get some really cool hands-on learning from this and other examples that we have. And you can use that with the free community edition, so you can download that, install it on your cloud instance and trial, and then run it. And so it doesn't expire, and we don't bother you with sales calls or anything like that. It's purely for the community to get some hands-on for ML production, which is a big blocker in the industry for getting models from that experimentation testing into production and beyond, and making sure that we can monitor those models for viability and validation for the business. Now, what I've done here is I've ran through this whole Jupyter notebook, and just in the interest of saving time, but stepping through this, what we want to do first is we want to import our libraries. And so we run through this command. We get a little alert. This is not an error, just saying, hey, these are things that you might want to be aware of. And then the next step is that we want to connect to the Wallaroo instance. And so I'm connecting through into the Wallaroo from the Wallaroo client. We have SDKs available as well, so you can run from SDK. You can even run it from these, you can code your own solutions in Python in your own IDE, and then we also have APIs as well. So there's a number of different ways in which you can work with the Wallaroo platform, and we have a UI also for those that are familiar and comfortable in that environment. Now inside Wallaroo, we run everything is sort of contained within a workspace, and it just allows a better method of managing your models, your pipelines, inferencing, etc. if you have a number of models that you're running in your workplace. So the first thing that we'll do, is to create that workspace, and then we'll also create a pipeline as well. And within the pipeline, that's where we'll provision our model into. And so that's what these steps here, the creator workspace, and also our pipeline as well. Now, once we've done that, then we want to upload the model. And so with our model uploading, we go through this command here. And so what this does for us is this gets our model into production. And so if you've gone through this or talked to anyone that has gone through it, you'll know that this can take a long time. It can take, hours, days, weeks in some cases, depending on the infrastructure and the setup. And so that's the beauty of the Wallaroo platform. Just a quick plug is that this takes less than 45 seconds to deploy your model into production. So that's a huge time savings, and it gets you into that model running and production and operationalization as well. Super quick. So once we've done that, we want to create that connection. And so as I mentioned, we have a number of photos that we need to be retrieved here, and so we go through that step here in this number 7, and then we want to retrieve those images. And so we run through our image retrieval, and once we get that, then we're ready to take those images and then convert them into those smaller patch images of 256 by 256. And so we'll do that by using the load image convert to function, which allows us to then take those patch images and convert them into that NumPy array, and then that allows us to insert that into that pandas data frame as well. And so this command will convert that image for us. And so that's what we go through here in 11 and 12 in these next steps. And then we want to go through and get our inference and our display results. And so what we have here is there's 3 sets of images. And so as it says here, so the first image, that is our input image. And so from the large image that we have, we broke it down into these smaller patch images. And then a person in your model creation stage, someone actually then went through and identified, this is what mitochondria looks like, and they've gone and drawn around that shape so that that model is then trained, and then it can recognize those images. And so that's what we have here. Is we have our test image, we have our ground truth image from this, and this one is the one that has been processed by human, and then the final one is the predicted mask. And so this one is where our output is saying, yeah, this is mitochondria, and it then identifies those. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this could be used for other situations, whether it be blood clots or cancer cells or some other image identification that the health people want to make. And so super quick, what we've done here is we've taken a model that was pre-trained, we've quickly loaded it into our pipeline, we've ran the inference on it through that high-speed compute engine that we have in Wallaroo, and then we get our output as well. And so the one thing that we always want to make sure that we do at the end of tutorials or in a workspace is make sure that we undeploy that pipeline to give resources back to the cloud as well, so that we're not running into any undue costs or taking resources from other things that need to be running. So that's the final command here. So I hope this has been valuable for you. We love to get your feedback, find out what we can do to improve these videos and other content that you might want to see for ML production. So leave us a comment, or you can download our community edition, as I mentioned, and get access to us through that way as well. Thank you very much, and look forward to you enjoying other videos that we have. Check them out here, and we also have every 2 weeks we run a live tech talk. If you want to go up to LinkedIn, my name's Martin Bald, and have a look and just follow us on LinkedIn, and you'll see us posting about our bi-weekly tech talks as well. Thanks a lot, and take care. Bye bye.